I think as a children many of us dreamed about a vehicle which would be able to go wherever we wanted. We dreamed to get the most hidden and secret places of our world, where nobody had been before us. We've got older and may have forgotten about our childish dreams. But today we remember it. Today we will talk about probably the best ATV in the world. It's called Sherp, and it's able to go almost wherever you want. Hi guys, as usual it's me, just an off-screen voice, and you are watching Review Machines. Today we will leave the city for countryside to make a review of the legendary ATV Sherp. You must have already heard about this ATV, and it's interesting that this vehicle is being produced just for a few years, but there is every reason already to call him a legendary ATV. It's rather expensive, but if you decide to buy it, you will have to queue up for it more than 2 months. How did it manage to become so popular just for a few years? Well, many people say that this ATV nowadays is considered as the best ATV in the world, and they don't talk big. Today we all together will try to find out why Sherp has so great reputation. Is this just a hype? Or it's really the most effective all-terrain vehicle ever known? Stay tuned, it will be an interesting day, and we are to start it right now. First of all, let's have a look at the design of the machine. The main points are 4-wheel drive, skid steering, and of course these huge wheels with very low pressure. Diameter of the wheel is more than 1.5 meters, and its width is 600 mm. The ground clearance is also 600 mm, and the bottom is absolutely flat, that as you know does a lot of good for off-road performance. By the way, the tire tread is unique, it's used only in this ATV. Moreover, the machine has a central system of tire inflation. It's powered by exhaust, and it's able to pump all the tires full just for 30 seconds. The engine is Kubota Turbo Diesel 44 HP. It's one of the most reliable engines for tough conditions of use. You can maintain the engine and all the main parts being inside the body. It's a very important feature for any serious ATV. The steering is very simple, it's like a loader. There are 2 levers to move forward and backward and to slow down any side of the machine to make a turn. They are hydraulic, so it's very easy to manipulate them. The dashboard and GPS system are under the roof. It's a very good place for them, cause the water can't reach there. You can get into ATV through the front door. There are 2 seats for a driver and a passenger. Also there are 8 seats in the rear part of the body, and there may comfortably lie 4 people, so you may stay inside overnight without any problem. Besides, there is a spacious trunk under the floor. You may put there some spare parts, food, tackle and other things that you may need in a long travel. Well, it's high time to see what Sherp can show us on off-road. The maximum speed on a flat ground is about 45 km per hour. Actually, it may go faster, but in fact you don't need to move faster on off-road. Due to the skid steering, this ATV is very maneuverable, it's able to turn around on a spot. But we were the most impressed to see how this ATV moves through the swamp. It moves on the swampy terrain like a good old school American car on a perfect highway. It works without any difficulties where neither a man nor an animal can even walk. Moreover, without any hesitation, Sharp jumps right into water and keeps on moving there. It's a real amphibious vehicle, it swims rather efficiently even with full load. It can move so successfully in water due to the unique tire tread. It can accelerate there up to 6 km per hour. In this way you can rather quickly cross any water obstacles without any additional equipment like mounted engine, water jet or something like that. There is a very important feature of this ATV. It's equipped with a central system of tire inflation. It can pump either all the tires simultaneously or each of them separately. The system is powered by the exhaust, that is why it works very fast. It takes less than 30 seconds to pump full all these huge wheels. In this way, at any moment you can adjust the pressure of the tires according to the conditions of the ground. Also, it's very interesting that all the wheels have a common capacity. This feature provides a very smooth moving on a rough terrain. The tires are made of very thick rubber that can resist any punctures, so you can drive the vehicle through sharp rocks and wood obstruction. But that were not all surprises about the tires. There are few tanks inside each wheel. It provides a huge range up to 1000 kilometers. You know, almost all the amphibious ATV have a weak point. It's very tough for them to get on the land from water. They need a flat shore to climb on it. But Sharp even in this situation can surprise us. Thanks to its huge wheels with very aggressive tire tread, this ATV is able to climb even on a steep bank. Moreover, it's no sweat for Sharp to get out from the ice hole. In this way, with Sharp you may go wherever you want, even on a thin ice. If it doesn't sustain the weight of the machine and brake, you will be able to keep moving without any difficulties. By the way, at the distant travel, some of the Sharp owners prefer to stay overnight in the vehicle on water. In this way they are protected from any wild animals. Probably there is only one thing that can stop this ATV. It's a thick forest. But all the swamps, lakes, rivers, snow and sand, all this stuff it's no problem for Sharp. Now we see the ATV get into the trap. There is a quagmire on the swamp, and it's so tough to get any traction in such conditions. It seems that it's no way out, but we have the following features in our inventory: a flat bottom and huge aggressive tires. So the machine is sliding a little, and after all it managed to get out this trap. But as you know, even the most reliable machine can sometimes break down. Well, supposing we have got a breakage being in a travel far from any cities in winter. Have you ever tried to repair a car in winter? It's almost unreal. That is why we have an access to the main parts of the ATV being inside the body. There is an independent heater, so it will be warm there, and it will be much more easier to repair the breakage. So until you have fuel, you will have all the chances to survive and continue your journey. As I mentioned, the steering is very simple. For example, you may even lean out of the hatch while driving the vehicle by your legs only. In this way you may shoot back upon your enemies and keep driving the vehicle simultaneously, or just have a coffee in the fresh air without stopping. Well, let's speak a little about one of the most important characteristics of any machine. What do you think it is? Of course, the price. As I've already said, it's an expensive ATV. The price is significantly more than $100,000. But even with this price, there is a big queue for this ATV. And we didn't believe it before shooting this video. But after that, we understood why so many people look forward to acquire this fascinating machine. Do you know what the main advantage of the ATV is? 4-wheel drive, engine, tires, or maybe the body? Not at all. The main advantage of this machine is ability to present you with the enchanting feeling of a trailblazer. And when you get the places where nobody has been before, you understand that this ATV is really worth its money. By the way, it's very interesting for me what you think about this machine. Can we say that this is the best ATV in the world? If not, then which is better? Post a comment please, it's really interesting to read your opinions. Thanks for watching guys, please consider subscribing if you like this video. It will be many more interesting materials here. Goodbye!